Who's going? Corey's going to take us live.
Tori, yeah, he's gonna take us live, but then he's gonna hand me the control. Oh, he's already
Hand
handed me
you
the
the
controls.
controls?
I know. I know.
Oh
It's very
my!
scary.
Oh,
Are we
guys,
not
we're in for a night. We're in for a night. Woo! Get
buckle
ready.
down? It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Party on.
Party on, Dave. Corey, did you not want to take us live or did you need to skedaddle? He's double booked. He's got like a very folding his card.
I have not stopped since about 3:45 this morning. It has just,
Or
it's
the
been
morning of
yeah,
January
whatever day,
1st.
but man, it has been a rocking day, got a lot done.
He is
So,
live now, Rhonda, so you know.
Isn't he brilliant? So, well, Doug, tell us what it is that's keeping you busy these days. We are very, very anxious to hear about the big M, as I now refer to it as.
is that the new name for
Well, if I
MetaForge, is the Big
say
M? Yeah, I
the two
like it.
initials, it sounds like I'm going somewhere else. So I'm just gonna call it the big M.
The Big M. I like it. Well, and that's probably what it's going to be. It's going to be the big MetaForge,
Yeah.
metaverse, the verse world. You know, I just got off a call with Peter, Brian, and Don and stuff, and going through things, and oh my gosh, are we at the right place? Jeez, I just can't say it enough. Yeah, and we launched a token. We had, like any launch, there's always you feel like you can't run fast enough to keep up with the launch, but you know what? We got airdrops going out, we got tokens being bought, we've got really, really large well groups calling saying, can we participate? Oh my God, guys. Now I say all of that to say that the MetaForge group is in the right place, right? And when we think about all of the people that are coming in and all the people that are wanting to get involved in what we're doing, and I tell you, I was like about 3 o'clock today, I was helping Don get some of the airdrops out and stuff, and just making sure people got their tokens and things. And I was getting a little tired, Rhonda. I got to be honest. I was like, and Don goes, we got to get on with Peter and Brian. I'm typing Don. I'm going, what are we going to talk about? Okay, I got off that call and I'm pumped, right? I'm pumped. Brian's
I have to
pumped.
say, I'm jealous that you got to have this call with Peter and Brett because I knew that is what happens. You get energized because the
Right.
vision just gets bigger.
Well, I love Peter and I love Brian, but what really pumped me was the people that are getting excited about Otherverse, right? And I know we're here to talk about, our convention and all of that, but all that I'm going to talk about tonight is X factored many, many, many times because of the people that are wanting to get involved in Otherverse now. Especially the Solana people, right? Because the Solana people see that they're going to have a metaverse on the Solana chain. The people like the giant whales that own millions and millions of Solana tokens, right? They're pumped.
I can't take it. Did you all hear him say that Solana people are pumped because they're going to? I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's a big deal, right? Because it brings stuff to their ecosystem. It brings a metaverse, and not just a metaverse. It brings the metaverse to their ecosystem, right? And I think some of them are starting to clue in because they're calling. Oh my God, guys, right place, right time. And we have to go through. We're being paid for our due diligence and for our efforts and for our steadfastness in getting things done and holding our own personal feet to the fire so to speak, so that we are here to get the reward for all that we had to go through, all that we had to learn, all the stuff we had to build and do and grow in experience and knowledge to be a value or an asset at this time. I think it was Earl Nightingale that said, and I won't quote this exactly. I love Earl. I love a lot of the things that he said, but something like, if you want to be rich, you want to be valuable, become valuable to people so that your wealth will just be unending, right? Unending. The greater value proposition you bring, the greater wealth that will come to you. And to have that value proposition, we had to pay the price to be here, right? We had to build Digi, we had to build Insights, we had to build True Badger and Safu Fight, and we had to build Catapult Swap, and we had to build all of these things to build a knowledge base and experience. And we've done that, and that value and our value that we bring to a project, like launching the token this last few days, right? Our team, we worked the programming team, we worked 24 hours straight, almost 22 or so, some of us 24 hours straight, to make sure that launch went off, right? That's a huge value. And the only reason I say, again, the only reason I'm bringing all of these things into tonight's talk is that our value in MetaForge Group is in direct proportion to the value that Otherverse becomes to the world, okay? The bigger the value that Otherverse is, the bigger value we become, because we're partnered with Brian, and we're building, right, the quantum real estate in Otherverse. And so what I'm talking about tonight is not just MetaForge Group, it's Otherverse. It's the whole thing. It's the whole synergistic things that are going on right now in our lives and things that we're building. So don't know if you guys feel my excitement, but Rhonda, I'm pumped. Okay. So
Well, tell us more, because
I'm going to go into it.
I'm digging it.
Let's dive in. Okay. I may mix things up a little bit tonight, because I know most of you on the call tonight. There's a couple new names that I see here, but I may mix it up just a little bit tonight, because every time I do this, I want people to walk away with the vision of what this is. Okay. It's so hard to paint the vision as large as this potentially is, right? But I'm going to do my best to try to get everybody to understand. What we're talking about tonight is MetaForge Group, and we're going to talk about the convention center that we're going to build, okay? And I'm sharing my screen, right, Rhonda? I should be good to go.
No, you're not yet sharing your screen.
I am not yet sharing my screen. I'm so glad I asked that question. Okay. And I am now, right? There we go. I see the green halo around my screen. So yes, I'm sharing. Okay. So what we're going to talk tonight about is the convention center, but really what we're talking about is MetaForge Group, right? And the convention center is our first project. And if you participate in the convention center, like I'm going to show tonight, you become you get the first right of refusal to participate in other projects that we build inside Otherverse, right? And you caught my excitement about Otherverse tonight. So while we're talking about the convention center, your relationship, getting the NFTs, your relationship with MetaForge Group goes beyond the convention center. So the convention center is just the first project, right? We will roll out other projects that we believe will be very valuable and potentially very profitable. And again, there's no guarantees in life, right? But we're doing our best to position ourselves in front of the wave that's coming, and we believe that wave is Otherverse. So while we talk about this tonight, if you participate in this and your friends participate in this, they will, for a very, very low price, kind of have a front row seat to participate in other projects that can even become maybe even more valuable over the long run than the convention center. Who knows, right? But we will have that, you will have that opportunity. All right, so the convention center is our topic tonight. MetaForge Group is what we're talking about. MetaForge Group is a company that we formed with Brian to launch quantum real estate in Otherverse. Okay, so let's dive in here. You know, and when we think about quantum real estate, uh-oh, what happened there, Rhonda? Hang on. I clicked on something.
Are you trying to cross promote a couple of your friends there?
You know, I'm really not, but it just linked on me.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a link. It was a link, and I don't know why I was, you know, I saw the link and I was tempted to do it. Okay, so slideshow, what's going on here? Why is it not giving me refresh? Excuse me. I do the slideshow. Wait, it's loading.
A good sign.
Slideshow, here we go. From the beginning, right there, just like we were just never stopped.
Just like we planned it.
Yeah.
It was just a chance for him to show us a few of the other things that we're working.
Yeah, I just see I can be calm and
inside.
cool even under pressure, right? So let me get rid of some of this other stuff so I don't click on anything inadvertently. So when we think about quantum real estate, guys, this really was an impossible business model. And see, that link is coming up. Okay, this was an impossible business model from a couple of different perspectives. And I shared this on my last call, and I think this is an important concept for us to understand. I'm going to use the Las Vegas Convention Center. I used it last time. I think it's a good example. When we think of a convention center, like the Las Vegas Convention Center, most of us have been there or been by it in some way. And we think that, you know, it's impossible for us to own a booth, or we can rent a booth, we can rent a space in the convention center when a convention's going on, but I can't actually own that square footage of that convention center. In this quantum, actually it's a quantum reality for me, right? But quantum real estate, in this quantum real estate, when the Las Vegas Convention Center comes to us and says, we have the CES convention going on, we want to duplicate that convention, and I'll get into that slide here in a minute where we can talk about these things, but when we talk about they want to duplicate that convention center, they would come to us and we would rent out that space. Now, the only way for them to get that space is for them to go through you guys that will own the NFTs, right? Through kind of a roundabout way. When you think about it, for a time being, for a moment in time, and maybe every year, if Las Vegas Convention Center keeps renting out their convention centers, you know, one right after another, maybe it's an ongoing thing, right? But in a roundabout way, now you own a piece of the Las Vegas Convention Center. And if you own our Apex NFT, which we'll get into, it can have multiple locations. You could own a piece of the Las Vegas Convention Center, the Chicago Convention Center, the Barcelona, Spain Convention Center, the Shanghai Convention Center. You could own all the convention centers that want to go on, that want to lease out space with us, because they have to go through you, okay? And so, no, I can't own a physical piece of the physical Las Vegas Convention Center or the Chicago Convention Center, but I can own a virtual space of it because they have to go through me and they have to go through you to be able to use this world to have their convention center. How powerful is that? Total game changer, impossible business model years ago, but completely possible today, thanks to Brian and thanks to Otherverse, right? So super exciting here. So let's dive on in. We're going to get a little bit deeper. And like I said, I'm going to go off script probably just a little bit tonight because I want to really kind of get the concepts in. When we think about the Las Vegas Convention Center, it looks like this, right? This is a real picture that Rhonda put into our slides to show us the Las Vegas Convention Center. When we think of it coming into our world, it could look exactly like what they want. It could look a little cleaner than what they have. They could say, hey, I want these colors, this images, these kind of things. This booth here, this 5G booth here could be this booth here. You know, they could have the exact booth that they have. We could actually design it, build it. We could have the same signage in the booth that they have. In fact, another NFT that we're going to launch will be for signage, right? So they have to lease that signage space. They have to lease the square footage. They have to lease the footage space for signage, and that'll be another income potential opportunity for that. But we could build it exactly like that, or we could build it slightly different, or any way they want to build it, because when they come into our world, there are no limitations. The only limitation they have is their imagination. So they can make it exactly the same, or they can make it completely different, up to them, right? And they can expand it again, wider, longer, bigger, more open floor space, however they want. It can be exactly the way they want to build that. Super exciting for us, right? So now when we also get into those booths, when we look at a booth, like a booth that they would come to, lots of times there's limited space in those booths. And they want to be able to meet with people. So our booths can actually have, and if you've been in Otherverse already, you know when you come to a door, it's a portal. And it opens up to a new space, okay? In ours, then there'll be NFTs that will have this capability. They could actually have that portal door, and that portal door could open up into a private meeting room. It could have a demonstration area. It could have a private desk that would close up where you could have a private meeting, discuss contracts, discuss making deals, everything that they would want to do, they could do here in a better way than they could actually do in the physical world, okay? This opens up tremendous opportunities for them for demonstrating products like this. They could have that one small booth on the main floor, but when they stepped into their private world, their private room, they could have all their products on demonstration tables. They could have chairs set up where your avatar could sit down and test the product or work with the products or meet with a consultant and talk about the product. They could have private meeting rooms. They could do all kinds of things. And it all goes through you and us, right? It has to go through the NFTs to make that happen. So I talk about this also, and this is where I'm going to kind of diverge just a little bit to try to get everybody's imagination. And I'm going to speak to this point from my world, okay? And MetaForge is definitely my world. Otherverse is my world, but so is trading. And most of you guys know that. Insights and Digibot and JBean and stuff. When I thought about the convention center and when we thought about creating that, I began to think about all of the ways that this is going to change trading and change the reality of trading. Now, This could be a clothing manufacturer, it could be a car manufacturer, it could be anything, but in this case, I'm showing you trading, right? And when we think about opening up these kind of spaces for clothing that have their runways or a car dealer, Maserati comes and they want to do their thing or whatever, right? All of these things, again, are doable and are just limited to the imagination. So when I did a talk in the convention center for Otherverse, I went through a slideshow that really looked like this, where when we talk about it, we talk about having the first of its kind, where we could have in the insights part of the convention center or the convention floor that I'll show you, we can open it up where people can come and get taught how to trade. They could actually have their desks. They could be sitting on their computers with TradingView, and the instructor that is teaching could actually walk around the desk and meet with them and teach them and make sure they're understanding the education part of learning how to trade. It goes beyond that. And this is where it becomes really powerful. When we talk about early access, and this is what we just experienced with the UTHIX token launch, right? When we talk about early access, we talk about a presenter like Brian or Peter or myself or somebody that's coming out with a new token or a new project inside of Otherverse needing to lease out our space to do a presentation on their product so that everybody that's in Otherverse can come and hear about that new product, right? And have that early access that they would never have if this convention, if this ability to do these kind of presentations didn't exist, right? And those can be very high profit potential opportunities. The last thing that I'll show is the social collaboration. So we can have an area where people can meet, have meetup groups, have investment communities, investment groups that we put together, those kind of things, where they meet and talk about opportunities that they wouldn't be able to get any other way. So when we talk about the convention center, when we talk about owning space, right, we're talking about potentially many, many different ways that this space could be used, right? And these are just some basic examples, and I'm sure it will go way beyond my imagination when this thing really blows up and takes off. And I'm going to go back. Sorry, I got to go back just one slide here, because one of the things that came out, when we think of a convention center and we think about, they run for a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long that convention's going to run, right? And then they're done. But in our world, they could keep that convention running indefinitely. They could run it for the whole year. What does that mean? That means they would have to lease out the NFTs, that square footage, for that whole year. Let's go a step beyond that. Let's say the CES ran in 2023 and they want to run 2023 for the whole year. Now 2024 comes, we do the new convention, they need new space, right? So we have more NFTs that we can attach to the new convention, but they still have 2023 running, right? Because maybe there are things going on in 2023 they don't want to shut down. And now they got 2024 running. And then they keep that running. Now we got 2 years running, and maybe they do a rolling 3 years. Maybe they do 2025. So they got 3 years running simultaneously. When 2026 comes, 2023 drops off, right? But they keep our NFTs tied up for the whole year. They're leasing them not for a week or two. And then other conventions are coming in and more NFTs are going to be needed and used. Now, one thing that we did say is that we're not going to release any more NFTs until there's a demand greater than it for floor space than the NFTs that we've already launched. But I can see a way that we could max out the NFTs that we already have fairly easily. And I originally thought, well, we might max them out because we're running so many conventions. That's true. But we might also max them out because we're running training stuff. We got long-term conventions wanting to run. There's might be many ways that we max out the number of NFTs that we have, creating more opportunities for us to create more NFTs and for all of us to make more money leasing out our NFTs. Super, super exciting model. And we can't do that in the real world because the Las Vegas Convention Center has another convention starting right after the one that just ended. They can't keep it running all year. We can, and it makes a big difference. Quantum real estate is just an NFT away. We have 3 different NFTs. We have the core NFT, which is kind of the introduction NFT. It allows for one location. It's one shard, and shards are a technical term that we use, meaning that it is a single utility. Okay, think of it as a single utility, and that utility is capable of doing one location. Okay, what that kind of looks like when you're looking at the convention center itself, this is the main floor that we'll have running all the time. This will run year round. It's like where our NFTs will be. If you have a business like an MLM business or a t-shirt business or any kind of business that you want to sell year round, you will have your square footage here to build your booth and create your booth and have it in this space. If you have the core and it has that single location, this is the only location that you can run. Okay. If a convention center comes and in your back office, you see a list of convention centers that are coming, you see one that pays out really good and you go, wow, I want to allow my square footage to be used in this convention center or in this one down here, right? The only way to do that with the core is to temporarily shut down your business that's running here and then put that up to be used here. Now, if that runs for a week or 2 weeks, then your business here would be shut down for that period of time while this convention center is paying you for your square footage, for your location square footage, okay? So that's the core, very, very introductory, but it's a good introductory into quantum real estate. The second one is the prime, and it also is a single shard, single utility that has 2 locations. When we came up with this, I love quantum physics, okay? When we came up with this, one of the things in quantum physics is something that's called superposition, meaning that one thing can exist in 2 places simultaneously, right? And Brian is a math genius. He's actually solved Einstein's equation that Einstein couldn't solve. He's got a huge paper on it. And when I took this to him, he kind of went ballistic with the concepts and stuff. We had a lot of fun with it. But meta superposition allows a single utility to exist in 2 locations simultaneously. What would that look like? Well, back to our example here, you have your business running up here and that convention center comes in paying out a lot of money for that square footage. Well, you can leave your business running here and lease out that second meta superposition location to the convention that's coming in, right? Go one step further, right? If you are running your center here, you've already leased this one out. Now this one down here gets posted and they're paying a lot of money for their square footage also. Well, you can still decide to close your booth down for a little while, have this one open, and lease out your space to this one. You got 2 locations that can be used any way or any combination that meta superposition will permit or allow. Okay, so super exciting. The last one that we have is our kind of our premium Apex NFT. Again, one utility, 5 locations. Okay, not 10, 5 locations, right? And it really is, putting you in a position of really being able to control a lot of quantum real estate within inside that convention center. Okay. And again, the way that it works is, you could have your business location running here. You could have a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth all running at the same time. Now, there will be times where if we're running multiple years and multiple things, we might have 10, 20, 50, 100 conventions all running simultaneously, where you could have lots of, apexes or lots of prime, lots of NFTs running in all of those different conventions. But again, we won't sell the extras or until we have demand for those, right? There are bonuses, and I'm going to go over the bonuses because the bonuses, affect the potential rental value and your potential income value. Okay, and we'll get into that right after we go over the prices. Okay, so the first thing that we'll do is go over the core. The core retails for $850. We have it on sale right now at MetaForgeGroup.io. Go to the NFT button. It'll take you right to the sales page, right? And it's $250. If you act within the first 96 hours of clicking on that link, right, you can get a discount for $225, so $625 off, right? If you are a trunk holder or an Abigami holder, you can get it for $187, 77, almost 78% off. Our prime, is 1,700 retail. Our price right now is $442. Okay, that price can go up at any time, but anyways, it's at $442, and I see it staying there for a while for right now, just to be clear. But it's $442. Fast Act is $398, 76% off versus the 73 up here, so a little better value proposition. If you're an Abigami or trunk holder, you can get it for $332 or 80% off. If you act within this Fast Act time, both of these discounts would apply together. Rhonda has them nice and kind of putty gray color for us, and that shows that discount. Our Apex, 4,250 retail. Right now, $935 Fast Act, $484. There's my dyslexia kicking in. $842, 80% off. You can see each one of them a little better value proposition, especially in the Apex. We gave a little bit bigger discount because we think it's the best thing for people, potentially the best value. Again, if you have both of these, you have the other verse and the trunk and the Abigami, $514, basically about $100 a boost size, right? Up here, you're $187 at best price, and here you're a little over 130 something per boost size. Here you're 100 per boost size. That's about almost 88% off. Huge discount, great value proposition for everybody. Okay, there are bonuses. Let's look at that bonus just a little bit. And these will affect the value of your NFT. We're going to have 200 bonus locations. Okay, if you get this bonus, if you own the core, it has a single location, single shard, single location. This will give that NFT 2 locations. Okay, still single shard, but 2 locations. Taking advantage of that meta superposition. If you've got the prime that comes with 2 locations, 1 shard, 2 locations, it will increase it to 4 locations. Okay. If you have the Apex and you get this bonus, you have 5 locations, it will double to 10 locations. That brings it down to almost $50 a boost size, which is just insane value. So if you're lucky enough, there'll be 200 of these given out. And so huge value for you. The meeting room. Remember that glass circle meeting room I showed you where they can go in and have those private meetings, private demonstrations? If you get this bonus, that will be attached to one of your locations, not all of the locations, but one of the locations, okay? And it can move between any location. So if you got, a lot of your locations being used and somebody needs this, then it can be used. It doesn't get stuck to one location that's being used. It can be used in many locations. But 50 of these will be given out. You can think of the value of that when somebody's renting that square footage and then they need the room. This is a direct value to you to have that as a bonus on your NFT. The third and last bonus is the premium booth placement. Okay. This allows, and if everybody's been to a convention center knows this, when you register and you walk into the convention center, those first booths that you see are paying a premium to be that because you're the first, they are the first thing that you're going to run into and see. Now, the corners, the restroom areas, and sometimes the center are also considered premium spots. I'm not a convention person that rents them out. We'll be hiring a team that is what they've done for their livelihood, and they will be doing that for us. So they'll be responsible for that premium space, but the only way for that to get leased out is for people that have that premium booth space. You are the ones that get to be chosen to get that, and the payments will probably be slightly better for those premium spaces. Pretty exciting. All right. Can you earn commissions on this? Yes, we have an affiliate commission plan. If you bring in somebody, you get 8% of their NFT purchases, not of their convention contracts, okay? This is an upfront 8% of their NFT purchases. And if they bring in anybody, you get 4% on the indirect that they bring in. So super exciting on everything, right? We try to make this where you can make money all the way around. So Rhonda, let's take any questions that people might have. And I hope I did a good job, guys.
Oh,
Painting the vision of where we're going and what might be possible.
I just bought another one while you were talking, so I think you did good.
Well, if I keep doing this, Rhonda's going to own them all. So you guys better hurry
That's
up.
my goal. That's my goal. I want to be a mogul, man. I want to be a mogul.
Yeah,
I do not
and you
see
can do that
any.
here.
I know. I love that. And more than one of us we can all become moguls, right?
Wow.
So I do not have any live questions.
I do.
Sharona's probably got a couple from YouTube.
No, I have a question actually on behalf of a member who has emailed me.
Aha.
And Doug, this may be more of a Dawn thing, but just in case, because I know you're such a man of wisdom.
Pretty smart.
Okay,
Look at her butter me up.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Mr. has an Avogami and Mrs. has an Avogami. Separate
Yes.
wallets.
Right.
Smart.
They are each trying to register, and neither of them are getting the discount when they connect their wallet. And it is the correct wallet for where their Avogami is.
Yeah, so yeah, send in a support ticket with that wallet. So tomorrow night or tonight we can trace what's going on.
Okay.
And see why it's not picking that up.
Alrighty,
Okay.
I'll do that. Do you want me to Skype it to
and
you?
we'll definitely make sure. And yeah, you both can buy them. You both can participate.
Have their discount, yeah.
No problem.
We just can't figure out why it's not connecting on their behalf. So, okay,
Right.
I'll get that info over to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Sharona's been trying to crack that one for a couple of days.
Yeah, and
working.
now is a good time because we're really hanging back, not doing a whole lot, you know.
Yeah.
So-
I got
Okay,
some
we
emails you can have.
we have two very good questions in the chat from Miss Marty. Questions about ACH and credit card
Good
availability,
question.
because that will be an option.
That is definitely an option.
The
So,
computer near you.
okay, so the right answer and the clear answer is the answer that I'm going to give you. It may not be the answer that everybody wanted to hear, but it is the answer, okay? We launched MetaForge Group, we launched the UTHIX token, and we have development teams, and I talked to Muslim about this today, about trying to bring more people in. The time we bring somebody in and bring them up to speed, the deal's over, right? It's if you guys remember the what was that show where Maverick, right? And they're on the aircraft carrier, and they're in the dogfight out there, and something gets broken on the aircraft carrier, and they're telling them to get things launched, and they go, it's going to take 6 minutes, and the captain, what does he say? This thing's going to be over in 6 minutes, right? That's kind of the situation that we're in, that we're developing so much so fast that we have limited programmers, right? So we're doing the best that we can. Starting Monday, I have split the team in two. Okay. So half the team will do Otherverse, half the team is going to do MetaForge for right now. And those have been split in half. So ACH will get done, credit card will get done for MetaForge. All of the oxygen in the room this whole week has been taken by Otherverse. But we had to get that launched because, guys, launching that was as important to us as it was to Otherverse itself, because it brings, like I was saying in the beginning of my talk, its growth, its validation, what it becomes. Our exponential growth is directly in proportion to it. So yes, we gave priority this week to Otherverse to really make sure that happened. But starting Monday, the team split. Things will get done on both of them in a timely manner. Okay.
Hey, buddy, we had a great question, which is, do you need to have both an Avigami and a trunk? And the answer is no, just one or the other.
We love you if you do.
Yeah, you're welcome to have both.
Yes, we do, but you just have to have one or the other.
Right. Right.
So I have a question I'm going to ask on behalf of someone on the call ahead of when I think she might ask it, and that is, what if I just clicked on the website and started my timer, but ACH and credit card aren't available yet, and my timer runs out?
You have to get a hold of me, and I will help you.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Only because
Marty,
you guys are family, right?
yes,
Right,
I know.
exactly.
So Marty,
Yeah.
if that is the case, because you're stressed about,
Yeah, don't be stressed.
don't
No
be
stress.
stressed.
We'll get
If
it
you
corrected for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you click the button, don't worry about it. They will not sell out by next Wednesday. Unless Doug keeps doing these calls.
Yeah.
And we will make sure, as always, that you are all set, and so please don't stress, my friend.
Yeah, and there's nothing that we can't fix.
Oh, well, there's a big statement. I like that.
On this, Rhonda, on this.
On this. Okay. Just looking for some clarity.
Yes. So, okay, anything else? Any other questions? Jody, it's great to see you on the call, brother.
Yeah, what can I do for you, sir?
You just being you is all I can ask, man.
Well, if you knew what I was doing when you asked me to come on, I would have. But anyway, I've been playing in the sewer today.
Well, that sounds kind of crappy.
Yeah, well, I'm above it. How about that? I'm above it. Somebody else is in it.
There you go, brother.
But you know, can I talk about conventions?
Please.
Well, back in the day, I've done a lot of stuff, and conventions has been in my life. I've done multi-level marketing conventions, I've done special product conventions, and I've done a very high-end convention in the Comic-Con in San Diego. And I went through all the different things. I brought that up to you and Peter, I think, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And so I just thought, well, let me go back and see exactly what I spent my money on. Of course, it was the booth, which we did a corner premium, the booth display, all the support materials giveaway, the tickets. Then we had to fly some people in, some people drove in. We had hotels, we had foods, we had union staff that had to unload, and then we, set up. And then, of course, we had to put our stuff up. And then once the daggone convention was over, they had to break it down, take it to our trailer. And then we had to, and then we hired, it was a very, I'll just put it this way. We hired professional playmate models. So it was a very high end thing. I said last time I spent $50,000. Well, I was wrong. We spent $77,000.
Wow.
So, yeah, like I said, it's high end, but but I've done other ones where we never got out of a convention for less than $10,000, $13,000, $15,000. I mean, it just didn't happen. So,
well, Jody, I will guarantee that Peter and I will make you a promise. We'll rent you that same booth size and space for half that price in our convention.
I'm with you, but I got friends that I'm not in that business anymore, but I have those people that are, and especially the high end one I was a part of, and I sold my interest. So anyway, I will definitely, once this is up and going and so forth, you bet.
Well, what do you think about being a convention center person? And let me pick your brain just a little bit. What do you think about the concept overall? And this is scary for me to ask this, guys, because I don't know what he's going to say.
No,
but
I think
this is not a paid endorsement. We don't.
I've got some folks that do high end that go to big time conventions. I'm talking about where they have 50,000, 100,000. And Peter, y'all know one of them. And I had a conversation with him this week, and Peter and I know what we're talking about. And we are setting up, it's a major multi-level marketing company. And we're going to get with them to hopefully be the forerunner in getting into the Utherverse. But, they also like the eyeball to eyeball, but you've got people that can't be eyeball to eyeball. They're in a different country. They're in whatever. They don't have the financial means or whatever it is. This is the answer. I mean, and anyway, we're going to virtual reality. I mean, everything we do on flat screen shopping, Amazon. Those days are numbered. We are literally going to be shopping in the metaverses, and which we have partnered with, and I'm not me, but y'all have partnered with the #1 core metaverse technology company that I truly believe is going to outshine and outperform anybody that's out there. And so I'm excited, and I believe. Go ahead.
Well, Jody, I know you go way back.
Thanks.
We both got a little gray, brother.
Thanks,
but
Doug.
you go way back in MLM, right?
I do.
And most of us that went way back in MLM remember who A.L. Williams were, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, Art was an amazing guy. But, one of the things they taught early on is, you just do what these guys do and you try to create a repeatable model, right? But how many people wanted to be Art, or how many people wanted to be Peter Ganner, or how many people wanted to be Jody, or how many people wanted to be that guy that just seemed to tell the story a little bit better than everybody else and had such a good thing, and they couldn't quite repeat it. Now we have AI. and we have avatars, and we can teach AI to be your salesperson that can repeat your story with your voice in your dialect in a way that you could have probably never done it maybe yourself.
Correct. And I I was watching a video today on quantum AI, and that is going to be, once we get what we're doing in the Utherverse, that's even going to take it to another complete different level, and
Right.
it's unlimited. It's unlimited. But you're right, and I always like to speak. I wasn't the one wanting to hog the speech. I didn't have a problem getting up and speaking. I just put it across the way I talk, where you got, professional orators. Well, I'm not a professional orator, but I know how to communicate and at least resonate with people. But if I had AI that could help me, my voice, help my presentation, I don't know what I could do. I mean,
Jody's like me. He
literally.
keeps everything short and sweet, never talks a lot, just like me.
Yeah, I like
way.
that. I like guys that are right to the point, right? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and I know that most MLMs don't like you to be in multiple opportunities at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But I think guys do that, don't they, every now and then?
Hey, I got to tell you guys. So me and Jody were on the phone the other night, and I said, Jody, think about recruiting for any business, not just home-based business, any business in the metaverse. So I said, let me go test my theory. As soon as I got off the phone, I logged in, walked around until I found somebody in Otherverse. His name is S&P Trader. We're now friends on Telegram, so we're connected on Telegram. I go up, I say, hey, how you doing? He says, hi back. I say, I'm in Arizona. Where are you from? He's from Israel. What do you do for a living? Guys, I'm not the person that will walk in the middle of Walmart and talk to somebody and find out, right? I think it's kind of weird, right? But in the metaverse, it's just open season, right? I mean, you could go in a night, you could talk to 500 different people, right? You just go around, wave at them, say hi. I'm sitting in my desk. There's no fear. There was absolutely no hesitant to say hi to that person in the metaverse. And I want you guys to think about this, because you all know people that are in the home-based business industry. I am telling you, they need to get an account. They need to get in there, and they need to start figuring out ways to do it. And here's the great part. If you're with a company, okay, and you have a booth, you purchased one of these NFTs, you can take that booth, get permission from your company to build yourself your own space. So if you're in ABC company, you build out an ABC booth, you meet John in there. John says, man, I'm interested. You say, hey, follow me. And you link right to your booth, and you sit there and he watches a video, because you have a TV there with a video on it. You can show them the products. Maybe you have some other information that you can give the person. Any business that you're doing, remember, guys, the permanent floor that's going to be there. I've talked about this before. Steve Canellis, sales rep, build out an office space in his 10 by 10. When he has a client that he wants to show some new stuff to, he could say, meet me in the metaverse, right? So all of this stuff is just absolutely incredible. It's going to be fantastic. And look, guys, there's going to be other stuff that's going to pop up. It's going to be 20, 50 bucks a month, $100 a month, whatever it is. You own this 10 by 10 spot. You can have a spot there for the next 10 years. And if you had a spot there for the next 10 years, that's what, 120 months? What's your cost per month to have that space in the metaverse? $1 a month, right? Or $1.50 a month? 20 years from now, what's your cost to have it there outside of you building out your space, right? And here's the beauty of it. You're going to get UTHEX tokens to build out your space. And so if you're on here, you're probably more than likely an UTHEX holder. So you're going to help drive the value. You're going to help drive the utility. You're going to help drive the economy. That's actually one of the keys here, guys. If you're getting a 10 by 10 space and we're building out this convention center, these conventions are going to create millions of dollars in purchases of UTHEX token, which then people will use to purchase the tickets in the door for all kinds of other stuff, right? Our main token for this entire convention center is going to be UTHEX token. And I had a call today with a group within the next couple weeks. You guys are the first to hear this. We will have it where you'll be able to log in, go into Otherverse, use a credit card, and directly buy UTHEX tokens using a credit card. How easy is it? People at the convention, oh, I need some UTHEX. Let me put my credit card in, boom, switch. They have their UTHEX now in an internal wallet. They don't need seed words. They don't need any of that stuff. And now they're off and engaging in this economy. Absolutely incredible, fantastic, terrific. Music people, right? Somebody just comes and they get a 10 by 10 space. Let's say they're a singer. Okay. You have somebody you know who's talented. They rent your 10 by 10 space for that event. They just sit there and play the guitar and take tips, right? Instead of standing in a corner in New York City, you can literally be in the metaverse doing your gig, whatever you're doing, right? Poetry, music, and you can literally open it up for tips and maybe get hundreds of dollars in tips just by sitting there and entertaining people and having a good time. It's all coming. It's all coming together.
Wow.
You know, some of us that were able to go to the classic system and experience that convention. It was a great experience, but nothing compared to what's going to happen in Otherverse.io because of the realistic characters, the technology, the software that's going to be available, the tying in AI, right? There's no AI tied into the classic system. In this system, there's going to be AI tied in. So I'm just super excited about where we're headed to and where we're going, and can't wait for us to start lining this stuff up and make it happen.
Hey, buddy, I thought of another way that we can make money. Maybe we get Jody to join in with us. We could do a comedy group, you know, you and I for tips, you know.
You better believe I'm gonna try myself out as a comedian at some point.
I hope you guys have some savings.
I think it's
I listen to that. Oh,
No,
Rhonda,
no.
you're funny.
dancing contest.
There, Peter up on the desk.
Oh yeah, you better
Oh,
believe
there
I'm
you go.
You better believe I'm having a designer create a table for me to dance on. It's gonna have an easy
I have to
up
dress
on.
a little different.
Oh boy, that's a little scary. Well, guys, Rhonda, thank you for hosting us.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, for everybody that needs help, Candace will do Zoom calls with you guys. She will set that up. I think it's Candace at digibot.com. You can get a hold of her or support at digibot.com. Either way, I think support at digibot.com is one way that you can get her.
Yeah, so anybody having any technical issues, just get on with Candace and she'll get you through them, or
Yeah.
screenshot it and get it to.
There she is. Support at
Okay, there we go.
Digi. She came
Support
up.
at digibot.com.
Hey, Candace.
Okay? So she'll get you
There
guys
she
through and make sure that everything is good.
Yeah, yeah. So
One of
Matter
our
of fact,
heroes.
Marty, you can send an email there that you want to get your timer reset
yeah,
when credit card goes off, and we'll make sure we get that done.
perfect. Yeah, we'll make you right again. So, all right. All right, everybody. Rhonda, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
need you when you're done with this.
I'm done.
You guys are done. You guys take the rest of the night off.
Then send me a Zoom link, Betty.
Yeah, no, we started at a
My
quarter to
email.
four, Rhonda. We're not done yet.
You
Come on.
started
I
at a
know
quarter to
you-
four.
I
I
know
didn't
you
start at
are.
a quarter to four, but I stopped at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Took a
So
nap
wait,
at
Oh.
but Peter and
9:30.
I almost covered 24 hours between us.
Yeah, now I'm back at it, and I'll be going till 3 in the morning. So my day has not even begun.
Energizer
I got another
bunnies.
9 hours to go.
Both of you.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
you guys.
I just realized I haven't eaten yet today.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
breakfast time
you're
yet?
fasting by default.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sitting here. See, I'm dwindling away too. I'm losing weight.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right, you boys, stay out
Thank
of
you
trouble.
guys.
Everybody, we'll
Thanks,
see you.
everybody.
We'll see you soon. Keep your eyes open for postings on our next calls, and join us tomorrow at 2:00.
Yep.
Yeah, 2:00.
Yeah, we're going to answer
Pacific.
lots of Otherverse questions. We're going to start doing
Yes.
Otherverse updates, guys, software updates, all that stuff. By the way, guys, get ready. Make sure you get your account, because you can set it up right now. Don't worry if you got holes in your pants. Okay, don't worry, that'll go away here on the 17th. listen, we are going to have, and it should go live on the 17th, a haunted house that you can go around and do games and puzzles and earn costumes for Otherverse. And here's the key is if you hold that costume when it comes time to do the Nusar airdrop, it will qualify you for additional Otherverse tokens in the airdrop. Okay, I want to make that clear, guys. It will get, and here's the other reason why you want to engage and start to do stuff in Otherverse. Once the system is in place by November, if you come in, even people with free accounts, and set up a profile, you'll get a UTHEX token or maybe two, right? Depending on what it is, and or a partial one. And then when you do other stuff, remember, this is play to earn. And really it's digital living to earn, right? So all the people that you invite are going to be able to earn tokens. And, so if you love somebody, get them to download the software and get them ready. They don't need to go in and engage yet. I would say from the 17th on is when people would really go in there. And by the way, guys, it's super easy. If you're having problems downloading it, it might be you don't have enough space on you might need to run a cleaner on it and get rid of some space and free up some disk space on it. That might help you get it on there. We'll probably do some tutorials and help people start getting through that side of it. The registration process, guys, super easy. I'd recommend, at 3 a.m, the download goes pretty quickly.
He's tested that theory. So.
Everything goes pretty quickly at 3 a.m, brother.
But anyway, guys, it's super exciting. Love where the token's at right now. We've got a super bright future ahead of us. Some of the calls I'm having, we had one today just a little while ago, partnerships, all kinds of stuff that we're going to start bringing in here. Remember too, guys, if you have UTHEX tokens, I recommend you not selling any of them, at least for 90 days in your airdrops, because that'll get you 2%. If you're planning on staking, it'll get you 2% additional APY, which when you look at APY, 2% over the next 6 months, let's say on 1,000 tokens, but then those tokens go from 30 cents over the next few years to $10, you can start to see the true return on this thing becoming super successful and moving in that direction. So a little bit of extra, that 2% extra APY could mean thousands, tens of thousands of extra dollars in the next 3 to 5 years. So if, just make sure that when you're getting them, you're holding for the first 90 days. It's really, we put it in place because the people that hold and don't sell any are the people that are really believe in the project, and we wanted to reward them. And by the way, the 2% is not just for the 90 days. It's for the period of time that you stake it. So it could be for 2 years. It could be for a year that you're getting those extra 2%. All right, guys. So appreciate you guys. Thank you. And Doug, I'll see a link from you in my email in a minute or two.
It's coming your way. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you again.